Today we have on our workbench the Famicare 1000 watt inverter. This inverter has been on the market for so long. Like, if you don't know this inverter, I'm not sure you are in the solar industry. It's a modified sine wave 12 volts inverter, and like I said, a 1000 watt inverter, so it can carry your television, your lights, fans, some switch points. It doesn't do more than that. It's very solid in the sense of it's easy to repair and it lasts long. Like, I mean, it will serve you. Many people that have been using this inverter has been using it for years. Some of them 10 years, some of them 5 years, and it has been serving them. And it has actually gone from different stages, like in the sense of designs. But that aside, this one was actually overloaded by mistake. A customer plugged something that was not supposed to be plugged, and it damaged the MOSFET and it fried it seriously. As you saw in that first side, you can see the burnt mark there to tell that the damage was serious. But that doesn't matter because it's here at Voltix Dynamix. But we are going to fix it up. We also have on the output side some fade MOSFETs that are there. MOSFETs we have here, the high voltage MOSFETs. Now we're going to replace them with popular RFP 460 MOSFETs. This one has also been in the market for so long. They are very solid. You can use them to repair your sachet inverters, battery chargers, different systems. It serves you very, very well. So that's the case for that. Now we've installed them and secured them properly. We have to solder them in place. Then we move to the other side. Now we've properly soldered the MOSFET in place. We also have to ensure that what we have done is okay. But before that, we have to clean it properly. After the cleaning, we'll get down to it with our multimeter, because even though it's a new component, we still have to test it to be very, very sure that everything is okay. Now we turn on our multimeter, set to diode mode, and we test the MOSFET that we've installed and the one that was there before. Everything is okay. Now we install the new MOSFETs and resistors. We have our IRF 305 MOSFETs, very solid, and we also have our 47 ohms resistors. These will replace the ones that we had damaged before. Now we carefully install the 47 ohms resistors and we place our MOSFET in the correct positions. But before that, we have to put in the insulator. After installing the insulator, we start putting our MOSFETs. Carefully, we align them properly to avoid touching with something that is not supposed to touch with, especially the heatsink. Now we proceed to soldering them in place. Each of them, MOSFET, the resistors, we have to solder each of them carefully. Take our time to do this particular part because it's very important. Any component that we forget to solder is going to cause us serious problems. We don't like problems here. So we have to be sure that everything is in place. We go through it over and over again to make sure that, yes, solder each and every one of them. After that, we don't forget to clean. It's top priority. Now that we've done thorough cleaning of the board, we have to connect it back, install it back and test. Now we'll connect the reverse battery polarity protection circuits. That is that small board over there. We're going to connect it back to where it's supposed to be, and we are going to install the board. Now we put the board in place and we start connecting all the necessary points. Here we have the battery charger over there. We've connected the positive and negative back to the main inverter board. Now we'll seat the board properly and we'll connect all the necessary connectors. We have the connector for the DC meter, the connector for the AC meter, the switch, the fan circuit, fan connector, each and every one of them connected properly. Now we are done. We install our fan and we seal up the inverter and prepare it for main testing. Now we power up the inverter, and as you can see, it's working fine. We have 12 volts on the DC meter and we have 229 volts on the AC meter. This inverter has been brought back to life and it's going to go and serve. And we also advise the customer to get a bigger system to power up more loads.